Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Gold Rush farming video. Today we'll be taking a look at the raw material shuffle. Out of all the shuffles I actually do, this is probably the one I do the most just because of what I am actually doing and what I look at, I guess. And I will get into a little bit more details about what I am talking about for raw materials, but right now I am going to go ahead and get to the actual shuffle itself. So where I am at, you can see that I am picking up some cloth. You can actually get linen, wool, and I believe silk cloth here, which is actually really good, especially for the shuffle that I am going to show you guys. What this shuffle does is it takes these raw materials and it just kind of turns them into a little bit more gold. Not a whole lot, but enough that you'll kind of want to just do it here and there after your farms and all of that. You can buy the stuff off the auction house as well if you really want to. You can find wool cloth cheap. You can find really just about any kind of raw materials on the auction house cheap and flip them for a little bit more gold. This is something I do often. Most of the time it's usually when I have something else planned later in the day and I kind of want to still make a little bit more gold, but I can't really get to the game and actually farm anything to make that gold, so I'll either save up on a lot of these cloths, ores, or even kind of like motes from the Burning Crusade or Mist of Pandaria. I'll save up onto those and kinda turn them into a little bit more gold. How I usually do it is it's actually really simple. You just need to be a tailor for the cloth, miner for the ores, and really anything for the motes. You will take the cloth that you are wanting to flip for a little bit more gold, and you can't just turn it into the bolts for ores. You'll be turning them into bars for the motes. You'll be turning them into primals, or if it's from Mist of Pandaria, you'll be turning it into a Spirit of Harmony. What this does is a lot of people don't like to spend that little extra time to craft those bolts or anything, so they'll get on the auction house and buy them themselves, or depending on what they are wanting to craft, they could be cheap enough to where they are still making a little extra gold off of it, but not really too expensive, so they can just kind of give in and buy the bolts if they are really wanting to. What I am talking about for the raw materials is really anything that is in its lesser form. So you would have the just raw cloth, and there are a couple other raw materials. You've got raw herbs and stuff like that that you can't really do anything with to flip into a little bit of extra gold, so can't really do much with those. The herbs or the cloth and ores, however, you can easily turn into quite a bit more gold. The wool cloth was selling for, I could actually probably find it really quick, it's selling for about 1 gold per unit. It takes 3 raw wool cloth to make 1 bolt, and 1 bolt is selling for about 8 gold, so I will be making a profit of almost 5 gold. It will just kind of depend on how much I actually do sell it for and everything, but around 5 gold for very little effort. So this is a shuffle that anyone can do if you are new to the game and you don't really know how to make gold, or you have a little bit of gold but you want to make more and all of that but you don't have time, or say you want to go out and farm for the wild vine like what I am doing, and you're picking up all of this cloth that you just don't know what to do with, you can pick up tailoring really quick. It's not going to take you very long at all to get the tailoring up to craft the bolts for silk cloth, and you can just make a little bit of extra gold off of this farm in itself. It's a very effective way of making gold that not many people actually do. Not a lot of people see the value in taking that little extra time to craft those things into bolts or for the ore. They don't see the time or value in spending the little bit of time to craft all of the ore into the bars or anything. So you can make quite a bit of gold off of that. The raw shuffle for miners would actually probably have a little bit more value to it, because miners are the only ones that can create those bars. So if you are, or if you're not a miner but you're a blacksmith, an engineer, or blacksmith and something else that's not a miner, then you can't really craft those bars. So a blacksmith that doesn't have mining as their secondary profession, they're not going to be able to craft the bars that they need. So they're going to be on the auction house looking for those bars, and it will save them a ton of time if they can go ahead and just buy those bars on the auction house. So that's really about all there is to that shuffle. The primary things that I usually use, I'm sure there are a couple of others that I am not fully thinking of for the raw material shuffle, but the primary ones will be your cloth. You can turn the cloth into bolts. You've got your ores, which you can turn the ore into bars, and then your Burning Crusade and Mystic Pandaria motes that you can turn into the primal states of those elements. Mystic Pandaria only has the mote of harmony and the spirit of harmony, so you can't really do a whole lot with the Mystic Pandaria mote, but still you can look for the mote cheap enough on the auction house to make a little bit of gold, or you can also farm it and just go ahead and turn it into the spirit of harmony to make that extra gold. If you're new to my channel and you are wondering a little bit of why I sound the way I do, or you hear these odd pauses and all of that, like I might be struggling a little bit for what to say, you can check out my video about my disability and all of that for why I do speak the way I do. I do have it in the description below. I also have it at the end of the video, I do believe, so feel free to check that out. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.